Hello everyone, I'm Bruffy1322 and this video serves as an update to the fastest muscle cars video where I show the best fully upgraded muscle cars in terms of lap time. For all the information you need about this series, check the original muscle cars video, but otherwise let's see where the new Gauntlet Classic falls into that list. However, before that we need to do a little bit of housekeeping because the Lost Slamvan is now available to store in your garage. The way that you get it is by winning it from the lucky wheel in the casino. However, the chances of that happening is pretty slim. You have about a 1 in 20,000 chance of winning the Lost Slamvan from the lucky wheel, but there are other methods which I won't go into now. I'm sure you can do some research yourself by looking up videos or doing some Google searches. So there are other methods to get the Lost Slamvan into your garage, and if you do, you can upgrade it with the usual performance upgrades, transmission, turbo, all that kind of stuff, and you can use it in muscle car races as well. If you do, you'll be getting a lap time of 1 minute 19.4 around the testing, which puts it into 47th place overall. My previous testing for this Lost Slamvan was in its stock form because you could only use it in capture jobs, so that was the only way that I could test it. And it got a lap time of 1 minute 24.9, so that kind of shows you how powerful upgrades are. The Lost Slamvan is now more than 5 seconds per lap quicker than what it was, but you know, it's still not quick in the muscle cars class, but I test everything and I had to go back and test this with upgrades. Now, talking of the new Gauntlet Classic, that is falling into 33rd place overall for the muscle cars class. And it was interesting because when I first took it out, I was kind of thinking, wow, this drives very similar to a Vigero. And lo and behold, it gets almost exactly the same lap time as a Vigero as well. So that's the best thing. If you've ever driven a Vigero, which is one of the original cars from 2013, you probably know how the Gauntlet Classic is going to feel because it's very similar. It's a little bit more stiff in terms of the suspension, so going over bumps and things isn't as nice. But in terms of the way that it performs, it's got pretty decent brakes. It's okay around the corners. Doesn't have a great top speed, as we'll see from the top speed testing video later today, but in general, the 1 minute 12.5 lap time that it gets, although it's only good enough for 33rd place, which may sound pretty bad, and it is quite far off the absolute top muscle cars, there is a lot of muscle cars in that area. From say the 1 minute 10 to 1 minute 14 lap times, there's about 20 muscle cars that are all on the same sort of pace, so it does drop nicely into that area where you can race it against the Buccaneer, the Vigero, the older style muscle cars, Blade, Ruiner, all that kind of stuff. The Gauntlet Classic falls nicely into that area, and given what the car is and the fact that it's a bit more of a classic car, I guess that's what you would expect. You wouldn't really be expecting it to get the sort of lap times that we see from the new breed of muscle cars, such as the Yosemite, the Sabre Turbo Custom, the Dominator, the Pisswasser Dominator, and the Clique. So it makes sense, and it's a pretty standard lap time for cars around that area, and certainly for muscle cars as well. I imagine most people who are going to buy this aren't going to be buying it for its lap time or how it performs. And obviously, given that it's not going to be anywhere near the top muscle cars for racers, that is probably even more so true now. But of course, like I said, I test everything, and then you guys know exactly where everything is at. But as you can see from the comparison here, the Gauntlet Classic does get demolished by the Yosemite, which is the best car to use for muscle car races, because our top 3 muscle cars are arena war vehicles, because they're only up there because of the boost. So that's pretty much it for this one. Consider supporting on Patreon or become a YouTube member if you want to get testing results early. And remember to read the description for more info, comment with your thoughts, like the video if you enjoyed it, found it helpful, and subscribe for more. Thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.